Welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Sir Guy of Bark is with us, and let's get into the This Week in Bulldog activities. What's coming up this week, Barking Guy?
Monday, February 7th, Board of Education special meeting, 4:30 p.m. Tomorrow, the 8th, Lake Arthur Middle School basketball at door, 4 p.m. Zia, 7th grade boys basketball game, 3 p.m. to 4:30. Sweetheart concert at the auditorium, 7 p.m. Thursday the 10th, Zia, 7th grade boys basketball game, 3 o'clock. JV and varsity girls and boys basketball, they're at Lovington, 4 o'clock the JVs, 5:30 the girls, and then the boys are at 7. And it says district speech contest. It's probably the FFA.
Yep, that would be that. When is that?
And that's Friday the 11th.
Okay.
Nothing on Saturday or Sunday, and we go back to Monday.
Where is the district speech contest, or does it not say?
Does not say. It's probably here. It's probably here, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't tell you.
No, well, we need to find out, because that's an event that we usually record, put on the internets. So.
Yeah. You also, I've been keeping track of. I have a website that tells all the judging contests.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they haven't started back up yet.
Yeah.
When they do, I usually have those, and I have the results and how Artesia did.
Yep. We like to look at those things. Let me pull up the rankings.
Sure.
For basketball, since you've given the schedule, right?
Yep.
Okay. So right now in 4A high school basketball.
Yep.
Boys basketball.
Okay.
Highland is the number 1 ranked team in New Mexico right now.
Okay.
They're 15-3 overall. They have a strength of schedule of 6.3. Taos is at number 2 at 17-4. St. Pius, the 10th, at 3rd at 12-5. Espanola Valley is 4th at 14-5. Silver, 19-2. They come in at number 5. Belen is number 6 at 13-8 overall. Del Norte, number 7 at 10-9 overall. Albuquerque Academy comes in at number 8 with a 9-6 record. Valley, out of Albuquerque, comes in 9th with a 9-9 record. Hope Christian from Albuquerque, 10th ranked team in New Mexico at 10-12. Bernalillo is the 11th ranked team at 11-10 overall. And then you get to our district. Lovington at number 12, even though they are 1-2 in district, and lost in the last week, to, the last 10 days, I guess, if you will, to Artesia and Goddard. They are 13-7 overall. They are the highest ranked team out of our district, according to the Max Preps. Artesia comes in at number 13 with a 12-9 record, and then Los Alamos at number 14 with a 9-10 record. Goddard comes in at number 15 with a 13-9 record. Portales rounds out the top 16 with a 9-10 record at number 16. So that's how the boys are ranked in this most recent update. This was updated on the 3rd. I think they'll do an update later today.
Okay.
And see how things change after the Goddard win over Artesia and the Lovington win over Portales, if that jumbles up the rankings any. So
okay.
We'll see how that goes. For the girls in basketball, your number 1 team in 4A girls is Gallup. Bernalillo at number 2. Kirtland Central number 3. Portales is the 4th ranked team in New Mexico. Moriarty at 5. Highland at 6. Taos at 7. Valencia is at 8. Goddard At number 9, did you see their game against Hobbs Saturday night?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
What happened?
Hobbs was there. I don't know about Goddard. They were 63-26 was the final score. Hobbs over Goddard Saturday night. And did they not have the box score for that game? Why don't the buttons go? Well, now I'm back to here. That is so disappointing. I got to tell you, the way these apps work is so disappointing. Los Alamos comes in at number 10. St. Pius X is number 11. Hope Christian is number 12. Espanola Valley is number 13. Mayamera is number 14. Valley is number 15. And Artesia comes in as the 16th ranked girls basketball team in the state of New Mexico. So that's where they are. And again, that was last updated on the 4th. So I'm assuming sometime today, by tomorrow, they'll refresh the rankings after this past weekend's activities. As far as the standings are concerned in girls basketball, in District 4, 4A, Portales is 3-0 in girls. Goddard is 2-1. Artesia is 1-2. And Lovington is 0-3. And that's through the first half of the district season. Still anybody's district at this point in time. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, you got one team that's 3-0, but there's still 3 games left to go. So you still have a good chance. In the boys' basketball standings, Goddard is 3-0. Artesia is 2-1. Lovington is 1-2. And Portales is 0-3. So again, I think Goddard and Artesia, and you can't rule out Lovington.
Nope.
Lovington could go on a 3-0 sweep. And if they did, they would have beaten Goddard, would have at least one loss. Artesia would then have 2 losses. And Lovington would be with just 2 losses. So that's why these last 3 games are pretty big coming up. So any predictions?
Any predictions?
Yeah.
No, except I think that on the girls' side of the house, I think Portales has it.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. We were just outclassed.
Yeah.
In that game. On the boys' side of the house, it's anyone's, but we have to go to their house.
That's right.
And they play tough in their house.
Oh, they all do.
Plus they make us go up top, which I don't like.
Now, why is it doing that? For the love of Pete,
I don't know.
I do not understand why these apps work that. Okay, so let me tap on this. I'm going to do this again. Goddard, girls basketball. I'm going to go to schedule. I'm just trying to pull up the box score, barking guy. And everywhere I tap, it takes me to something other than the box score. Okay, does that say box score, that little blue button right there?
Yeah.
All right, I want to tap on box score. There it is. Golly. Nobody put the score in by quarters.
Nope.
All right. All right. I guess I Hobbs didn't put in any stats from their game.
Mm-hmm.
With Goddard. Goddard put in their stats.
Yeah.
Nobody put in teams by quarter.
That's the bad thing about Max Preps is that unless the coaches or a fan or somebody puts in those things, you don't have them.
Yeah.
And we depend on them.
Well, fans do. Well, I know what it is. There's a lot of coaches that are paranoid, and they worry about being scouted. And if they put too much information out there, they'll be overly scouted, and they'll be at a disadvantage when it comes to a critical game because their opponent will know everything about them. And not everybody fulfills all of the information. And so, yeah, there's a lot of nervousness on the part of some coaches around the state that they just don't like it. They just don't do it. And they, for different reasons, but those seem to be the primary reasons that it doesn't get done. And it could be true.
But if I have a score, I put it in.
Well, the score was there.
Yeah.
But there was no scoring statistics from the Hobbs Lady Eagles that were entered.
Nope. I think
Goddard had their stats in there, but Hobbs didn't. Joe didn't put his in there. And so then you don't see team stats. You don't see who leading scorers and leading rebounders and all that kind of stuff. And and people think, well, then we're gonna get overly scouted. I don't know. There's a couple of different philosophies on that when you talk to coaches over the years, and some coaches really into that and are worried and paranoid and try to minimize as much scouting that way as possible. And then there are others that are like, we're going to focus on what we do, and we're going to focus on execution and running our plays. Everybody knows what we're going to do. We have a set routine or set plays or set, based on our talent and all that kind of stuff. And if we execute, we win. If we don't execute,
we lose.
We make excuses. And so, but it just depends on, every coach is just a little bit different in their philosophy and how they want that information out there, or if they want it out there, or how they want it handled and stuff like that. And so it's kind of different how each one handles it. And it just depends on which coach you're dealing with and how they are. But from a fan standpoint and from a media standpoint and a prep standpoint, it would be great if all that content was up there. And then as you're prepping for a broadcast and you're trying to make notes as to who key players are and players to watch, and you're talking about how different players have performed, and
that's what we do here.
It's great to have that resource available if everybody would utilize that resource.
The radio and the TV that we have, when we have the score, we have the highlights and the post-game show, I get a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, when I watch, I look at the boards. You see the people that are double figures.
Yep.
And then I make notes on different plays, toilet bowls, things like that.
Wouldn't that be neat if that was an actual statistical category? Toilet bowls. Would that be fun?
It would be fun, but as far as the scoring goes, it's just like any other basket. Just like if they make a swish, or they go off the glass, or or it bounces a few times before going in. It's as long as it goes in, it counts.
Counts the same, doesn't it?
Counts the same. The toilet bowls are just, they have historically been lucky.
Yeah.
For the Dogs.
That's right.
Ever since Derek Montoya made that three-pointer in that game versus Espanola Valley in triple overtime.
Yep.
It was a toilet bowl.
Yep. Which meant it had to be. It was meant to be.
Yep.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's one of those stats that it doesn't change the it's either a made basket or it's not.
Yep.
And whether it swings around, swirls around, in and out, it's 2 points or 3 points or 1 point, depending on the shot. But,
Sure.
yeah, but you would think the more toilet bowls you get, the more success you're going to have, right?
Well, it doesn't usually work that way.
Oh, okay.
But if you get the thing about toilet bowls is that they're not common. Swishes and bouncers and off the glass. That's the majority of the baskets made. The toilet bowls, you might never see one in a game. You may see one or two. There was one game where the girls played. There was 3 of them.
Wow. An oddity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a win for us. We had them Friday night in both the boys and the girls, but it might have upped our chances of winning, but we didn't capitalize.
Yep.
We didn't rebound on the girls side in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
When Lauren wasn't in the game, and it hurt us. And we didn't make layups in the boys' game, and it hurt us.
Yep. Might not have come down to that last 11 seconds needing that bucket if a few other baskets had been made here and there during the course of the game. But you could say that for both teams, though.
Yeah. Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, that's why you play the game.
That's why you play the game.
Barking Guy, thank you so much for your report.
And go Dogs. Arf!
All right, folks.